Too much light. Hi there, everybody. My name is Lady Cedar. I am here today introducing you to Divine Transcendence, myself, Lady Cedar. Hey, y'all. How are you? Here we're doing live readings live today. You get to come in. You get to chat with me. You get to talk with me. You get to ask me one question. I draw one tarot card for your answer, and I will give it to you live. I don't know how long I plan on keeping this channel window open, but I am here for you. So while I'm waiting for people to come in, I'm going to go ahead and start doing the reading of the day. And the reading of the day happens to be, let's take a look at this. I'm going to draw the card. Ooh, the Lover's card. Wow. Look at that. The Lover's card. So the Lover's card is something that signifies that there is some kind of triangle aspect. You're going to have to make some kind of choices, some kind of decision, that there's more people involved that need to be. Now, this can relate to anything. It can relate to money, business, finance. It can even relate, of course, to relationships, partnerships, friendships, anything that there are more people involved where they have to be, or more situations involved. You may have to make a decision between your investments. You may have to make a decision on jobs or careers. This is signifying that there's more to it than what you really are able to see or recognize. And this is something that's very, very important, because it does say that there's more that you have to discover and have to really make a choice. And it could be matters of the heart, matters of the mind, matters of whatever, but there is definitely a choice that has to be made. I'm going to tell you, the Lover's card is something that you don't want to not pay attention to. And you may recognize that you already have this going on. You may already recognize, yeah, I already know that there's other people involved, or yeah, I already know. But it's saying, hey, pay attention. You're being forced to make a decision. You're going to have to make a decision, or the universe will make the decision for you. And it's not going to be pretty. Mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, this is not a healthy thing. Okay, so I'm going to close this light here, because it's drowning me out. Okay. It's a little better. All right. So, back to the original basics of what I'm trying to tell you here is that, just because you may not think it's important, the universe is saying, hey, yes, it is. It's very important that you pay attention. All right, so that was the card for the day to start this chat room open. It is live. We are live. If you want your cards read, if you have a burning desire, a burning question to ask, maybe you just want to see what it's like to work with a reader one-on-one. Maybe you've never had your tarot done. Maybe you have questions that you want to try something, but you've never wanted to, put the money down to do that. That's fine. This is a great way for you to understand how psychics work. I'm open for any questions or concerns that you may have. Maybe you have a question about a particular card. Maybe you felt a certain way. There's all kinds of things that you can ask me here. Topic for discussion. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Let's see. No, I'm just going to kind of draw some random cards, kind of explain some things. And if you decide to come on in and jump in, please feel welcome. Say hi.
Hi.
Hi. All right. This is a really unique card. This is a Hierophant card. Very beautiful. It's very intricate. So when people look at this, they're like, "Ooh, I got to go to church." Well, yes and no. It's basically just telling you that if you're struggling with something and you happen to get what we call the Hierophant in your card, this means that you're needing some higher counsel, or you're seeking out higher counsel, or it may mean that you may need some wisdom to come through for you. It can also be that in order for you to make better decisions, maybe you need a better counsel. But it doesn't, and it could also mean that you could also be the teacher. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have to sit there and ponder this by yourself, or you may be actually being called to help somebody. Hi, Valentina. How are you, honey? I see you. Thank you for coming in. Was that you that left the like? If so, thank you very, very much. How are you doing today? Yes, you can. You're from Chile. How awesome. That's wonderful. Yes, you get to ask one burning question, and then I will draw a card and I will give you the answer. The more clearer your question, meaning the more precise your question, the better the reading for you. Here is so freaking cold. It's cold there, really? In Chile? Oh, I think in Chile, and I always think it's hot. So yes, you can ask me something. Absolutely. Please feel free to. I'm shuffling your cards. Is Felipe wasting or wanting to have something with you? Does he love you? He's an Aquarius and you're a Scorpio. Honey, I'm a Scorpio too. That's a good thing. I love Scorpio. Go Scorpio power. There's a lot of distance between the two of you. Scorpio power for sure. So let me clarify that there's quite a distance between the two of you, correct? I'm reading the comments here. I just want to make sure I'm reading them correctly. Okay. Well, you've got several little questions. Yes, you left him in the cold. Honey, that could be taken two different ways. You left him in the cold. And I know that you're being serious, but that just comes across two different ways. All right, so I'm going to ask, basically the question is he worth your investment? Mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally? Is he deserving of all your love? Is this the way that, okay, so I'm going to ask if he's worth you getting invested in every aspect, and see if he really is worth it. Okay. That's the way I'm going to look at this. So then you have a better idea of which direction you need to go. Okay. So I'm drawing your cards. Ooh, honey. I know he doesn't talk, and I'm fixing to tell you why. All right, so your answer is a condilated no. What that means is that when you're with him, all is good, all is peachy, you're feeling amazing, but deep down inside, okay, deep down inside, like in your gut instinct or like in your deep in your heart or your spirit, you feel like there's things that are going to that you need to learn, like things are being hidden from you, like he's holding things back from you. And what's also interesting is he makes you feel desperate, or he feels like you're always asking, begging for his affections, or for him to actually acknowledge you. Honey, he's hiding stuff from you. The reason you're not feeling connected is because he is hiding from you. So this is basically telling you that when you're with him, things are good, but then at the same time, the fact that you're constantly feeling like he's not opening up to you, that you're not connecting the way that you should, your instincts are absolutely right. He's hiding something from you. Now, this is going to also signify that things are going to be also revealed to you. This is basically telling you, hey, things, even though he may not tell you everything, the universe will suddenly start to reveal things to you and show you why he is not the person that you need to be with. But then again, it may also pull you in and say, hey, are these secrets really worth me investing? And that is something that you're ultimately going to end up deciding. So, do I think that this is somebody that you really need to be with? No, I don't. Do I think you can keep an open mind and maybe learn more from him and learn more about him and then make a better decision? Possibly, yes. But I never said that, but I do know that he is definitely hiding something from you. Does that make sense? He is definitely hiding something from you. Well, I wouldn't say that he doesn't love anyone. I just think that he has to come to the reality and be realistic with himself. And I do think that he needs to be honest with himself and be honest with the people that he is with. He shrouds too much. He covers too much up. He's not open. And unfortunately, your internal instincts, they're telling you to be careful. That's what this is saying. It's also revealing to you that you've also been getting visions or dreams, or possible you've actually seen him in your dreams, or you've seen him with. So those dreams have messages. So yes, there's something that you need to watch out for sure. Don't second guess your intuition, because your intuition is on spot. So whatever you did by leaving him a couple of months ago, that was probably one of the best things you could have done for yourself. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that's the truth. You did good. For yourself. You did good for yourself. Absolutely. Now stick to your guns. Do you feel more secure about that? You're shocked? Why? Why are you shocked? Because you did something good for yourself before you were forced to do it? Or because the cards were basically telling you, honey, there's more to learn? Can you clarify that for me? Well, I didn't say he didn't love you. That's what you don't understand. I never said he didn't love you. I just said he's hiding things from you. He's not being honest with you. He's not being honest with himself. There's secrets that are still to be told. Did you let me ask you this, and you just say yes or no. And did you ever feel that when you were having conversations with him, did you ever feel that he held back, like he wasn't being completely open with you? Ever? Did you ever feel like he was like just not being open? It's just a simple yes or a no. The reason I'm asking you this is because that is a sensation. If you feel like you're not yes, okay. So the reason he felt like you were not connecting is because he was not allowing himself to connect. Whether it be fears, whether it be anxieties, whether it be stresses, whether he has something that he needs to take care of first, whatever it is, he was holding back from you, and that truth is going to be given to you. That's what the moon card is about, is that there's something he's not telling you. He's holding back from you. But he feels the not what? Well then, so maybe the question should be, did you hold back from him? Because either way, this card is telling you that there is stuff that needs to be revealed. That there is something that is being hidden that needs to be revealed. Whether it be on your part or his part. Somebody has been holding back. And it's going to come to light. This is going to show that this is going to come to light. Whether it be consciously or subconsciously. That connection. So you think that maybe you ran from him? Did you hide your feelings from him? Were you afraid it was going to chase him away? So this is about you then, not him. You, your fears. Okay. But why do you feel so desperate? It's like you're so desperate to get so much, or you need more, but yet you're afraid to be open. You can't expect this to change until you're honest, until you're open. Are you afraid that you're going to scare him? Is that what you're afraid of? Honey, what I would recommend that you do, honestly, at this point, is if you're going to feel this way, the best thing that you can do is to sit down with yourself and ask yourself what it is that you're so afraid of. Because if you're afraid of the fact that you, by being honest, that he's going to turn you away, then what you need to understand is if he turns you away, then that's okay. That leaves room for somebody who can appreciate you and love you and care for you the way that you need it to be. Okay? But if he embraces you because you're open, because you're honest, and he can accept you for who you really are, and so you don't feel so desperate all the time, this is going to be amazing for you. Sometimes we have to face our own fears and deal with them to get to the truth. Oh, I see. Now I get it. And you're worried that this would ruin him. I see. So that's why you're holding back, but you're desperate for his attention. Got it. Honey, honesty is always the best policy. You'll never know unless you take the leap of faith. Just saying. Yeah, there's a lot on the line. A, he's your teacher. B, he's got a daughter. He's family man. So there's a lot on the line here, and you're afraid that you could put him into trouble, or you could get in trouble yourself, or lose him altogether. There's a lot riding on this. But here's the thing. You still have to be honest. You don't have to let the whole world know. But you have to be honest with yourself, and you have to be honest with him. And vice versa. You can't cloak the truth. The truth is always going to show its face, no matter what. I understand he's divorced, but I'm still saying that the truth, no matter what, will reveal itself. Whether you do it yourself or the universe pulls it out on you naturally, it's going to happen. It's always best to be honest with yourself and to be honest with the person involved. Because hiding and running doesn't solve anything. Does that make sense, sweetheart? I know it's not what you wanted to hear, and I know it's not what you wanted to see, but the truth is you can't continue to hide. And neither can he. Hide from yourself and hide from each other. Honesty is always the hardest thing, because it makes you feel somewhat a little bit vulnerable. But once it's all said and done, that vulnerability will also make you freer and stronger. So that when you run into things like this, it's not going to be something that you have to run away from anymore. It will actually strengthen you and show you how to deal with things that are hard and difficult. So I definitely encourage you to sit down and think about how you want to approach these things, because, honey, that's going to be the best thing for you. I know you're tired, baby, and you're so welcome. But here's the deal. If you're tired of it, if you're really, truly exhausted and you're tired of it, then change it. Change it. Make something happen. Either A, let it go and walk away, and you'll always have that wondering, okay? Or you deal with it head on and find out if it's really worth it. Be sincere. I understand that you feel like you can't talk to anybody about it, but the first person that you need to talk about it with is him, for sure. And he needs to talk to you. And you don't need to run away from each other until you hit this on. Hit it on the hammer. Hit it with right on the nail on the head. Hit it with a hammer. Hit it hard. Because the only way anything's going to change is if you make a real choice to do something about it, or you let it go completely. And that's what the moon card is all about. It's just being sincere, bringing things to light. He responds with tried and hurt me. So you're afraid that if you come to truth, that he'll deny you, that he'll let his ego get the best of him and he'll deny you. Honey, that's life. But what if it was the other way around? What if you went to him, was open and honest with him, and he accepted you? That's also part of it too. I know, honey. I know you're frustrated. I know you're struggling. But that is because you're not being sincere for yourself and you're not being sincere with him. Don't cry. Don't cry. There's no reason to cry. I'm just trying to give you the best guidance that I know how. And you're really struggling with this. And it's really making you feel a lot desperate. You're feeling these fears, anxieties, stresses, tensions. It's just not worth it. It's not worth it at the end of the day. So you have a choice. Either you do something about it or you walk away. And honesty is going to be your best policy at this point. And you've got to find that strength inside yourself to do that. Let me ask you a question, Valentina. Okay? Let me ask you a question. This is something that I really want to bring up to you. Okay? If life gave you everything that you wanted, and it just magically opened up, and said, poof, there, poof, magical mystery, okay? It gave you everything that you wanted with this guy. Would you still be willing to be completely open and honest with him? And the reason I'm asking you that is because if the universe magically opened up and it said, okay, here you go, here he is, here's Philippe. Here's the thing. Once you have him, you're still going to have to deal with the fact that you still have to be open, honest, and sincere about your thoughts, your feelings. You're going to have communication. You're going to have to be able to look that man in the eye and be strong and tell him what's going on so that he knows how to be a better partner for you, right? It's the same thing that you're having to do now. You're going to have to take that leap of faith and you're going to have to address the issue to find out if there's even anything for you to be stressing out over with. That's why I'm working so hard for you to understand that the moon card is not just for this one thing. It's about shining the light and saying, hey, I'm being completely transparent. Good. I'm glad you're going to call him. And yes, you should actually really think about what you want and go for it. That sounds good. I would love to hear back from you. I'd like to hear what happened. I'd like to know the results. Listen, I'm going to type in my email here. You can email me. Did you get that? That is my personal email. You can contact me there. You can let me know what's going on. Also, too, if you really like the content that I've been able to provide for you today, if you want to follow me, like me, subscribe, leave personal comments, not just in the chat, but leave comments below on this video. You're going to find that you can also hit that notification bell. You can see when I'm on. I do private readings, real full readings. And you can actually go and request that. 30 minutes is $60 and a full hour is $100, but that's a full hour that's dedicated to whatever you want. And I will answer whatever I can and give you as many answers as I can to help you along in your life's journey. If you want to set that up, I do work by appointment only, but you can also email me and let me know how Sunday went. Here, you're going to see that we do daily readings. We can also do monthly readings. We can do all different kinds of things. Where's my Mercury in my chart? I don't want to lie to you. It's been so long since I've done my chart, but I believe my Mercury might be in Pluto. I believe. I know it's in one of my main following ruling planets. Just can't remember if it's Mars or Pluto, but I believe it's in Pluto. I don't want to lie. Don't hold me to that. Have to go back and look. It's been a very long time. I haven't pulled my chart since I was 18. So don't laugh. I just don't follow the charts that much. I'm not big on like the chart per se. I'm more about doing tarot, clairvoyant, clairsentient, clairaudient, empath, tarot master teacher. So that's really cool. So there you go. You're just fine. So you're a true Scorpio. Ta-da! But I do other different types of spiritual work. So here, you could actually talk to me about dream interpretation, dream working. If you feel like you've had, a lot of deja vus, these are all different things that I focus on. There are certain things, like for instance, I don't do palmistry. I don't read palms. That is not my gift. I don't read crystal balls. I mean, I can. I've done it, but it's not what I'm drawn to. It's not my strength. So there's certain things that I will do, and there's just certain things that I'm just not drawn to. Now, if I were to make a list of all the stuff that I do and that I'm really good at, the list is really long. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Divine Transcendence, this channel, is an extension of a business that I've just started. I've been psychic since I was the age of 3. I'm now 44. So I've been doing this type of work for as long as I can remember. And I've had my ups and downs with it, honestly. And it was just this past couple of months that I finally decided, to do something for myself and to do something that I really enjoy and to do something that really resides deep inside my soul. It's who I am. It's what I'm embodied to do. And hi, whoever's welcoming or watching the room, come on in. You're welcome to ask one question. I pull one card and I give you one answer. Say hi. Let us know you're here. I see that you've come in the room, so come on in. Join the conversation. I'm here. Hello to all. So back to what I was saying. Hi, sweet cinnamon. How are you, darling? How are you doing, love? Nice to see you again. So back to my original statements here was that I created Divine Transcendence to do something for myself for once. And I've absolutely enjoyed it. And yes, you are on the breaking ground, Valentina and Sweet Cinnamon. We are in the breaking ground of this new growth, this new transformation, and you're all a part of that. So I'm so glad that you guys are a part of this. So you're going to be famous very soon. I can recommend you to my friends. Sorry, my English is... Oh, I would love for you to recommend me to all your friends, your family, your loved ones. I'm doing great, Cinnamon. And yes, I love those thumbs up. And yes, I definitely want comments. I want real feedback because that's the only way I can find out what you guys really want. If you want to talk about, experiences that you've had, maybe you've had encounters, maybe you want to learn how to do chakras, maybe you want to learn about your energies, maybe you want to learn about things. Hi, Richie. How are you? Hi, and welcome. Okay, so Valentina, back to you. Yes, please tell all your friends, your family about us. I'm doing these introductory readings for all of you to really give you an idea of what is out there, and that you can have somebody that can actually help you, and that maybe give you that extra perspective that you probably weren't seeing. So for those of you who are joining the room, Valentina, you're welcome to stay. In fact, if you want to see the other readings that we're doing, you're more than welcome to stay. You don't have to leave. In fact, getting feedback as I read is always a good thing. But for Sweet Cinnamon and Richie, if you guys are here and you want to understand what's going on, my name is Lady Cedar. I am introducing you to one question, one card, one answer. So you can ask me your toughest question. Thank you, Valentina, for those beautiful hearts. So you can actually ask me a question, make it a good one. The more clear you are, the more concise you are about your question, the better the reading. I will shuffle the cards. I will draw one card and give you the answer that the universe has for you. So please, if you have a question, feel free to ask. Is Richie still in the room? Hello, Richie. So Richie, do you have a question for me? Sweet Cinnamon, are you still with me? Is Cinnamon in the room? Oh, awesome. I don't know. I can only see what the numbers are showing me. Did I lose Valentina? Valentina, are you still in the room? Oh, thank you so much, Sweet Cinnamon. I appreciate that. I'm really nervous, as you can tell. I'm very, very nervous about this. I'm nervous because this is a different platform for me. So if I look kind of goofy, it's just me being real with you guys. What do the ones that follow you want? Okay, Richie, ask that question a little bit better. Oh, follow you. What do they really want? Okay. Let's just take a look. Follow you, what they really want. Okay, I'm shuffling your cards here. Richie, what does his followers really want from you? Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and draw your card. By the way, if you guys don't know what cards I'm using and you're curious to know, I'm using the Gilded Tarot. It's a beautiful deck of cards. I love the energy on them. They're so light, but so dead on. Ooh, Richie. I don't know if you can see this card very well. The lighting in here is kind of horrible. Let's see. Maybe I can do. Let's see. You have what we call the Hermit card. Can you see that? I don't know if you can see that or not. Okay. So here's the thing. All right. The Hermit card. I don't know if you know what the Hermit is actually all about, but the Hermit card is basically telling you, honey, you have to dig deeper inside of yourself. I don't know why I'm telling you this, but you need what's called personal inner wisdom. I see that you're putting yourself out there, but then when you do, you feel kind of like you're not providing enough or you're not giving enough. Correct? Am I correct in saying that? Just yes or no? Because what I'm seeing here is if you took time, life is not always butterflies. Bingo, you're absolutely right about that. It is not always butterflies. And the hermit is basically telling you that, hey, you need to do more inner wisdom. You need to pull back a little bit, maybe reach down deep into your spirit and listen to what it's really guiding you to, but don't get stuck there. Most people who end up with the hermit card usually end up becoming very reclusive or very stuck in their ways. This is telling you, go in there for deep wisdom, okay, but come back out and be everything that you need to be. Have that dynamic, but don't be afraid to reach inside yourself to get that inner wisdom. That inner wisdom is going to actually give you more direction. It's actually going to give you more wisdom. It's actually going to give you more strength. And it's actually going to allow you to be more creative. But it's warning you to please, please, please don't get stuck to where you feel isolated. Maybe you need more variety. Maybe you need to be more open with your life, because from what I'm seeing here is this is a 2-part card: mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. It's telling you to go in and get your wisdom, but you need to come right back out and share that wisdom with your people. Enrich their lives with the knowledge that you are getting. Your people are always, your followers, people are always coming to you because they are looking for wisdom. And sometimes wisdom is internal. It's not always external. And sometimes that wisdom comes from your own life experiences too. It's not always just about what's on the surface. It has to come from deep inside. So I'm telling you, it would help for you to meditate, but don't get to the point to where you isolate yourself over it. Okay? And don't get stuck in just doing one main thing. Does that help you? Good. At least I've given you a little bit more perspective on what you need and what your followers are looking for. They're not just following you. They're following you because they're looking for inspiration, but that inspiration needs that deeper wisdom, and that deeper wisdom is going to come from you, for sure. And be open about that wisdom. You know, it's one thing, you can have wisdom, but if you don't share it with people, if you don't share it with the people that look up to you, then what good is it? What good is it? It's not doing anybody any good. So that's kind of what this is saying. Share your wisdom, be smart about it, be humble about it, but don't get stuck there. And just because you pull in doesn't mean that that's the only resource. So share your wisdom. Okay, I know I cannot see these cards. The lighting, it's horrible, and I apologize about that. It's the sun. But basically, it just, you see this little light, shedding a light on what needs to be given to you? This is what you really need to be looking at. Things are going to be revealed to you, but you've got to take time to first find it and then put it out there once you do. So I'm hoping that gave you a little bit more in depth of what your followers are looking for. Do you feel, let me ask you this on the same subject, because I'm being drawn this way, and I'm closing the cards, but the energy is still here, and it's telling me to actually ask you this, Richie. Do you feel at times that you're giving maybe too much of yourself? Do you feel like you're having to pull back? Because from what I'm sensing is you feel like maybe you need a vacation in a way. I don't know why I'm asking you about it that way, but this is what I'm being guided to ask you. Do you feel like you're being pulled on so much that you don't have enough energy to give? because that can also be a very important, message too. You are tired. So what do you do to recharge yourself? Because you have to revitalize and recharge who you are. Do you get time to meditate? Do you get time, or do you set time to meditate for yourself? And there, hence, is your problem. That's why the Hermit card is here. It's telling you you need that time. You have to recharge your batteries. Look, I'm going to be very, very upfront with you. I am 43 years old, or no, 44, excuse me. I got to do the math. I'm 44 years old. For a very long time, I gave everything I had to people, to companies, to, and they just pulled so much from me that I was exhausting who I was as an individual. And I'm so blessed that I was here and given the opportunity to go into a retreat for myself and spend quality time to recharge my own batteries. Sometimes you just need to actually pull back, look at what you need, learn from that, develop it, cherish it, then you can give back to others. It's kind of weird. If your cup is running over and you're pouring out, you still need to put something back in. Sure, you can get out of it. You just have to learn how to give yourself the opportunity to do that. So, for instance, if your schedule is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, in between there, okay, you need to write an F and say, fun time for me. Fantastic time for me, however you want to do it, okay? You need to allow yourself, and I had a discussion with a lady yesterday in this channel yesterday about filling your own void up. You need to have a time that you set aside for yourself every day on a daily basis to recharge your own batteries. And that could be a meditation. What if it's not my choice? What if the opportunity never stops? Sweetie, and that's what I was getting at. Here's the deal, okay? It'll always keep pulling at you until you take control, okay? Give yourself 5 minutes. 5 minutes. Shut down your computer, shut down the TV, shut down your phone. This thing right here, turn it off. There is a power button on your phone that says off. Turn it off. Just turn it completely off. Power down. Boom. Here's the thing. You need to give yourself 5 full minutes of just Richie time. Whether it be in the morning that you have to wake up 5 minutes earlier for yourself, or whether it's taking 5 extra minutes on your lunch break that you didn't have before, whether it's you doing 5 minutes before you go to bed, where you shut the world completely off. Give yourself 5 minutes and shut the world down. Now, here's what's going to happen. When you learn to do that, the first couple of times, you're going to be like, oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. I got to do that. By day 3 or 4, okay, it's going to get where your mind is like, oh, this is my time. And then what's going to happen is that's going to start to become more quiet, okay? Then your heart's going to race. You're going to be like, well, I need to deal with this. I need to deal with that. And then eventually, then it's going to be your spirit. And eventually it's going to all start to sync up. So the more consistent you are, the healthier and healthier you're going to feel because you're giving yourself that 5 minutes. And then from there, you can go into 10, 15, a 30-minute meditation session, and it'd be like, wow, it'd be amazing. But you have to take the initial steps. You're in a flow, and you feel like you can't get out of, but we've already addressed that. What if it's not your choice? What if the opportunity never stops? I've been driven for 18 years and the sleepless days and nights for the last 5. Okay, so here's the deal. You can turn it off for 5 minutes and then you can come back to it. When you do that, if you're feeling like you're not getting enough proper rest, tell yourself, I'm going to set yourself 5 minutes. Start with that 5 minutes, and then it will actually that time will actually start to expand the more that you start to do that. There's an old philosophy. If you keep doing the same things, you're going to still get the same results. You have to make the change for yourself. Once you start to change things for yourself, then your environment will change around you. Plain and simple. I know it sounds really scary and it sounds a lot harder than what it really is, but deep down inside, I know that you know that I'm right when I'm telling you this. It doesn't hurt for you to say, you know what, world? Stop. I'm shutting you off. This is me time. It's okay. You deserve it. You can't be this one perfect energy power source to support the entire universe 24/7 non-stop. That's just not going to happen. Eventually you'll burn out and you'll burn your energy out, and then eventually you won't have anything to give. And that is what I'm trying to tell you. By recharging your sources, recharging your cells mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, your energy cells, you're going to be a lot better off, and then you're able to do what you need to do. Does that help you? So I'm challenging you. I'm giving you a 5-minute challenge. Do it for 5 days. 5 minutes, 5 days. And then you can email me. I'm going to go ahead and give you my email. Divine Transcendence at gmail.com. I'm going to give you 5 days, and you have to give yourself 5 minutes for 5 days. And I want you to tell me how that has enriched your life in 5 days. Send me an email. Or you can come back here. I know this is going to sound kind of cliche, but if you want to, you can follow, you can like, you can subscribe, leave comments if you really like what you see here. But you can also email me. I really would like to hear from you. I really want you to step up and take that challenge. Give yourself 5 days where you give yourself 5 minutes just to fully let go, tell the world to shut off, and just center and ground and absorb the universal energies, the healing energies. Let it all go for 5 minutes and tell me how it has enriched your life in 5 days. And thank you for saying I'm good. That's a thumbs up. Thank you so much. So yes, if you will like, subscribe, and leave comments and tell people about me, that would be wonderful. But I really want you to take to heart this challenge. Can you commit to that? Awesome. And just so you know, Richie, I am also on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. In Facebook, I do have a group. I also have a page, Divine Transcendence page and website is my store. I have a store site. It is in the growing phases. So if you want to follow me on Instagram, I also even have a Twitter. So there's a lot of things that if you want to follow me and really kind of keep up the pace and see what's going on, you're welcome to do that. Here I do daily readings. You will see me do daily pulls. You might see me do a monthly. Maybe I'm going to do something for the year. But you're going to be able to also come here and see videos on other things as well, like chakras, auras, encounters, deja vus. So, if there are subjects that you want to talk about, I love learning about what people want to hear and want to learn about. I also do classes and courses. So there's all different things that I'm here to help with. So just if you want to hit that notification bell, see when something new is coming up, we can do that too. But you can follow me on those other venues as well if you choose. So let me ask you this, Richie. Have you been feeling, when you say that you're constantly, wife is a trooper, right? She is my backbone, and I owe her life because that's what she gives me. And it means so much to me that it's so hard to stop and put myself first. Okay, that's wonderful that your wife is a trooper and that she is your backbone and that she is your love of your life and you want to give her everything. But let me ask you a very strategically logic question. Okay? Think hard before you answer. But how do you expect to provide for her and continue to give to her everything that you want to give her if you cannot heal and take care of yourself? Because if you have nothing to give, then you can't give anything to her. And that's mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally. Exactly. Because you haven't been taking care of yourself. Look, it's like this, okay? I have a son. I love my son 100% all the way. I would do anything for my son. But the problem is if I do everything for my son and I want to give my son everything that I'm capable of giving him, then I need to, as a mother, be able to make sure that I keep my own strength, my own health, my own sanity, my heart open, my heart stays healthy, that I'm emotionally, capable, healthy and capable. And what's really on it, and to be strong and to face fears that he would need me to face, but I need to face them for myself first. Otherwise, I'm just going to be a coward for him. So these are things that you need to really take a look at. You can't love if you don't love yourself. You can't heal if you can't heal yourself. You can't do the things that you need to do at their very best if you don't do it for yourself first. Because eventually, you're just going to be so empty that you're not going to be able to continue to give to her the way that you want to. Does that make sense? And the reason why it is a dilemma is, yes, it is a dilemma, but it doesn't have to be a dilemma. It's learning about balance. That's all it is, balance. She agrees. Well, of course. Any real person who truly loves you, and if you love somebody, you need to be healthy and vital and for yourself as much as you need to be for them. Because you can't be that for her if you don't do that for yourself. So I'm going to give you that challenge, and I want you to take that challenge on. Take it seriously. Recharge your batteries. Recharge your cells. Recharge the things that make you feel healthy and alive and vital so that you can do that and continue to be that for her. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what you have to say in 5 days. All righty. Well, on that note, I have been on this chat room now for a full hour. I'm going to go ahead and say thank you so much for coming in and visiting with me today. I hope I've been of great help. Constantly have to pick what everyone describes. Again, honey, it's more about start doing the things that make it healthy. Start with baby steps. The only way you can change others is if you change yourself. You can't change your environment until you're willing to change yourself first. And that's with anything that you do, for sure. If something's unhealthy, get rid of it. If it's not healthy for you, if there are people in your life that are unhealthy, you don't need them. You don't need them. But on that note, I'm going to say adieu. Thank you for stopping by. I'm going to give you that 5 days, 5-minute challenge. I really expect to hear from you and find out what's going on. If you really like this content and you want to see it, please hit that like button, that notification, and leave your comments. I really want to hear from you guys. And again, thank you very much. Have a blessed night.